If you've crossed your 40s or 50s and find yourself suddenly waking up with sharp, restless cramps in your calves or feet, know that you're not alone. Over 60% of adults over 50 report frequent nighttime leg cramps, and a study from the American Academy of Neurology confirms that the prevalence increases sharply with age. Yet, what if we told you that most of what people believe about preventing leg cramps, especially the focus on magnesium and potassium, is missing the bigger picture? For decades, the common belief has been simple: hydrate, take your electrolytes, and stretch. And while those tips are useful, many seniors who follow them still struggle with cramps every single night. That's because this common belief collapses under a more critical reality that few discuss. Cramps in aging adults may originate deeper than dehydration or potassium imbalances. There's a growing wave of research showing that the nervous system, not just muscle tissue or hydration, plays a far bigger role in these cramps. And certain overlooked nutrients directly tied to your brain-muscle communication may be the missing link. If you're diabetic, taking medications, or following a restricted diet, you might be unknowingly robbing your body of the very support it needs to prevent these attacks. Worse, many seniors are unknowingly deficient in key compounds essential for healthy neuromuscular activity, even those who think their diet is balanced. But what's even more fascinating is this one nutrient you rarely hear about that not only helps reduce the frequency of leg cramps, but also supports memory and liver health. This rarely mentioned compound has been referenced by Harvard researchers and featured in studies by the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, yet it remains one of the least talked about in mainstream advice. In this video, we'll explore what's really behind these muscle spasms, and more importantly, we'll uncover a set of little-known solutions that could radically reduce your risk, improve your sleep, and give you better control of your muscles as you age. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, drop a like if you find this topic valuable, and let us know in the comments where you're watching from and if you or a loved one struggles with nighttime leg cramps. Your support keeps us creating more life-changing health insights just like this. Let's now uncover the 3 game-changing solutions that have been quietly transforming lives, and why one of them, though rarely discussed, might be the key to never waking up with leg pain again. 3. Thiamine, one of the most underdiscussed causes of recurring leg cramps in seniors. Despite widespread focus on magnesium or potassium, the silent driver behind persistent cramps is often a disruption in neuromuscular conduction caused by a deficiency in thiamine. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Neurology identified how low B1 levels impair nerve signal transmission, particularly in adults over 60 and in those managing chronic conditions like diabetes or frequent alcohol use. Thiamine plays a direct role in the biochemical pathways that allow muscles to contract and relax smoothly, meaning its deficiency leaves the system highly excitable, unstable, and prone to involuntary spasms. In fact, older adults are statistically more likely to be thiamine deficient due to age-related absorption decline and common diuretic use. Foods like sunflower seeds, pork, and nutritional yeast provide solid B1 intake, but benfotiamine, a highly bioavailable supplement form, has shown superior absorption, especially in seniors. Health authorities like the NIH recommend 1.2 milligrams daily for men and 1.1 milligrams for women, but therapeutic doses in benfotiamine form can safely range higher under supervision. A silent correction in this single nutrient often creates a cascading improvement not just in leg cramp frequency, but also in fatigue and tingling symptoms. What's more unnerving is how often this root cause is bypassed in routine senior care protocols, despite its direct link to neuromuscular harmony. Number 2 is one remedy most would dismiss as old school or anecdotal, yet mustard or pickle juice has been clinically validated as a legitimate neurological cramp intervention. The reason it works has very little to do with electrolytes and everything to do with nerve reflexes. In a groundbreaking 2010 study published in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise, athletes experiencing intense cramps experienced full relief in just 85 seconds after consuming pickle juice. Far too rapid for any electrolyte absorption. What actually happens is that the acetic acid and sodium content stimulate receptors in the mouth and esophagus, sending signals through the spinal cord to interrupt the firing of hyperactive alpha motor neurons in the cramping muscle. This mouth-to-nerve feedback loop shuts down the cramp before it becomes disabling. For seniors, whose neural reflexes are often slower due to age-related myelin sheath thinning or neuropathy, this trick taps into an entirely separate bypass channel, one that's not dependent on fluid balance or mineral replenishment. A spoonful of yellow mustard or a shot of natural pickle juice, not vinegar-only types, provides this interruptive jolt. It is both low-risk and immediate, particularly effective during nocturnal or post-exertion cramps. But its scientific validity continues to be overlooked, not because it's ineffective, but because its mechanism doesn't fit the electrolyte-centric health narratives most older adults have been taught for decades. That subtle neurological shortcut might explain why even the best hydration plans still fall short for many. Number 1, and perhaps the most under-acknowledged of all, is choline, a nutrient rarely discussed in the context of muscle health yet essential to every contraction and release cycle. Choline is the biochemical precursor to acetylcholine, the chief neurotransmitter responsible for transmitting signals from nerves to muscles. When choline levels drop, particularly in aging adults, the neuromuscular junction becomes sluggish, erratic, and prone to misfiring, leading directly to sudden, uncontrolled cramping episodes. According to findings published by the U.S. National Library of Medicine, seniors are among the highest risk groups for choline deficiency due to reduced liver synthesis and inadequate dietary intake. What's most concerning is that mainstream muscle health recommendations rarely include choline-rich foods like egg yolks, beef liver, or soy lecithin, even though a single egg yolk delivers about 147 milligrams of choline, roughly a third of the daily recommended intake. Supplements like alpha-GPC or CDP choline have shown promise in supporting both muscle coordination and cognitive clarity, making this a dual-purpose nutrient for aging populations. The adequate intake level set by the Institute of Medicine is 550 milligrams for men and 425 milligrams for women, yet national surveys suggest nearly 90% of adults fall below these targets. The ripple effect of insufficient acetylcholine is not just muscle spasms but cognitive sluggishness and mobility risk. Despite the evidence, the conversation around choline remains curiously muted, buried beneath louder discussions of magnesium or potassium, which don't address the nerve-muscle signaling breakdown at the heart of these cramps. What you've just seen are 3 science-supported, often ignored reasons why leg cramps persist even when seniors are told they're doing everything right. Each of these insights, vitamin B1 for nerve excitability, mustard or pickle juice for neural reflex interruption, and choline for neurotransmitter function, offers a precise solution tied to real root causes, not just general advice. The science is clear. When your nervous system and muscles communicate better, cramps lose their grip. Try starting with just one of these remedies today. If you've made it to this point in the video, it means you're ready to take responsibility for your health. So hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of the trusted health tips we bring to you. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And thank you, sincerely, for watching and taking your health seriously.